Hey, brother. Breaking news, Ben. Well, actually, yesterday it was breaking news. Now it's just information. Information! Ben, they have named an actor to play Doctor Strange in the upcoming Doctor Strange movie. And are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? It is none other than Benedict Sherlock Cumberbatch. Now, if you're like me, this is incredibly exciting news because it seems like everything that guy touches turns to gold, and it's a Marvel movie, and Sherlock is going to be a superhero, and just... But also, like me, you might be wondering, who the heck is Doctor Strange? Do I sound sick? Anytime someone is sick, they'll apologize to me for sounding sick, rather than just, being around me with their sickness in general. But they never actually sound different. But I do see where they're coming from, because in my head, I feel like I sound like a trombone. Perhaps I should go see a doctor. Like Doctor Strange. Oh, how's that for a segue, right? Nailed it. So who is this Doctor Strange that Benedict Cumberbatch of hot sauce is playing? Because off the bat, Doctor Strange kind of sounds like a really bad Mike Myers movie. But I've been researching him a lot today, and I assure you he is way cooler and one of the really important character in the Marvel Universe. Dr. Stephen Strange is the Sorcerer Supreme, or basically just the most powerful magical entity on Earth. How's that taste, Voldemort? But he didn't start that way. He actually started as just a regular doctor. Well, not a regular doctor, a neurosurgeon, and as most comics go, he was the best in his field, except for one fatal flaw. He cared more about amassing wealth with his practice than the concern of his patients themselves. That is until one fateful night, when he finds himself in a car accident and shatters the bones in the hands he does all the surgeries with. And then he still doesn't really care about anyone else. He actually spends his vast fortune trying to find a way to heal his hands. Of course, they sort of heal naturally, but they're trembling all the time, so he cannot perform the very precise and delicate maneuvers needed for, brain surgery. So rather than picking up, any other job in the medical field, he decides to spend all of his money to search the globe trying to cure his hands, and fails. He is left out on the street completely depressed, but continues to search until he finally finds a lost hermit known as the Ancient One, who is actually the current Sorcerer Supreme. The Ancient One claims he can help, but refuses to do so because of Stephen's selfishness. All seems lost for the Doctor until the Ancient One's apprentice, Baron Mordo, which by the way loosely translates into obvious bad guy's name is obvious, tries to kill his master. The Doctor intervenes, saves the Ancient One's life, and the Ancient One agrees to train him in the ways of the mystic forces. And he gets his magic from several difficult to pronounce, but here we go anyway, mystic arts. Agamotto, Cytorak, the Faltine, Icon, Oshtur, Ragador, the Seraphim, and Watumba. Surprised there was nothing about Hogwarts in here. Although he kind of looks more like a Durmstrang student if you ask me. These forces let him do anything from hypnosis to teleportation to telekinesis to shooting energy beams and a whole bunch of other stuff. Not to mention he has this whole collection of just mystic artifacts that offer him additional powers on top of all that. Such as the Cape of Levitation, which predictably lets him fly. So in a nutshell, that's Doctor Strange. I think that'll get you by, at least in a passing conversation. But the real question is, how will he fit into the current Marvel Cinematic Universe? Will he team up with the Avengers, or maybe the Guardians, or just go off and do his own thing? Well, actually, Marvel, who is maybe second only to Pixar when it comes to planting Easter eggs, has already dropped a few hints in a couple movies. First, in the first Thor movie, you can see this object in Odin's vault, which many believe to be the Orb of Agamotto, sort of a crystal ball used by Doctor Strange. Then, in Captain America Winter Soldier, one of the Hydra agents reveals that Hydra is going to hunt down anyone who might be a threat to them, and then name drops Tony Stark, Bruce Banner, and Stephen Strange. This is interesting because it sounds like Hydra has already marked him as a dangerous individual, and yet we have not seen him at all. I mean, if he's around, where was he in the Battle of New York? Now, to be fair, that's a pretty common question in any Avengers movie. Just, hey, why didn't you call any of the other Avengers to come help you in this world-threatening problem? And there's not a great answer, except that Marvel wants to have standalone movies for its heroes, which normally I'm okay with, except in the case of Doctor Strange, because he operates out of the Sanctum Sanctorum, a magical fortress in Greenwich Village in New York City. So I'm thinking if he's there, there's really no way he wasn't a part of that fight, or at least know that it's going on. But who knows? Doctor Strange has actually been on a lot of superhero teams throughout the years, but not the Avengers. And in fact, no one on the current Avenger roster is on any of the teams he's ever on except for the Hulk in a team called the Defenders. So maybe that's in the works? Okay, well, I'm sure there are some fanboys out there who are just like correcting every single thing that I'm saying. So if that's the case, I'm sorry about that. But Ben, my question for you and everybody else is, what do you guys think? Is Benedict Cumberbatch the perfect casting for this role? Will he team up with the Avengers at some point? Let me know down in the towel section below. Also, thank you to everyone who entered into our Loot Crate Instagram contest last week. We had a ton of entries, but we have chosen a winner. Ariane, I think that's how you say it. We have sent you a message. Please message us back. If you didn't win, that's okay. You can still go on to lootcrate.com/SuperCarlinBrothers and enter in our promo code Carlin, C-A-R-L-I-N, and get 10% off your very own Loot Crate order. And then you don't have to worry about winning them. Ben, hope this video wasn't too strange. That's it from me. I will see you in another life, brother. Oh, one last cool thing. A couple of weeks ago, one of our viewers, John Schaefer, sent us a tweet, and he has actually created a TV tropes page for Super Carlin Brothers, which is kind of like a Wikipedia page, but a little bit different. Anyway, I'll leave a link to it down in the description below, but anyone can go add to it, and you'll see when you get there, but I think it would be awesome if we just sort of went as a community and just filled it in and got a bunch of inside jokes and stuff in there. I don't know, it was really interesting and just cool to read because there was some stuff that I'd forgotten that maybe you guys pay a little more attention to. We've done like 400 of these things, so I forget stuff. Sorry about that. But yeah, go check it out, add some stuff. Look forward to seeing what you guys add, and I'll